All right, big 3, 2, 1, boom. This is huge. This is Energy Boom 202. We've taken it up a notch from 101 to 202. We, according to the best practices guideline and the dipping sauce provided by Domino's, we connect crude, cannabis, and consciousness one gusher at a time. We've trademarked it. Don't mess with it. You are seeing the discovery of 5 cranes, and we will go through them slowly and count them. But this would be evidence that there is still a boom happening, even though oil is under $50 a barrel, and a lot of projects when they were planned out a year ago, oil was at $110 a barrel. But there are still a lot of things happening that would suggest that the boom continues to move forward. Its magnitude is for debate and is yet to be seen fully. But the fact that there is a boom, no doubt about it. And we're going to sweep across and count 5 glorious, huge cranes right here at the south end of the Boom U campus, which, if you haven't figured out by now, is OU. Anyway, look at this. 1. This is a beauty. Let's move this way. 2, 3. There's a third one behind it. You see the vertical crane and you see the somewhat horizontal crane. An X and Y tangent graph is what it looks like. And then we head this way, and then there's the 4th one in the foreground and the 5th one in the background. 5 cranes. 5 cranes, baby. And that's going to be a new category for boom decators, which of course is the basic chart, or shall we say, analysis and evaluation of measuring. It's a measurement. Let's call it a measurement of the boom. Just like you have rig count, the number of rigs drilling for oil lets you know sort of the activity in the oil patch, or the number of rigs drilling for natural gas. They call that rig count. Well, this is crane count. This is campus crane count, and I count 5 of these mofos, and they ain't fiddle fucking around. And the fiddle might be spelled with an F, but the fucking spelled with a PH, UCKING. So there's not a damn thing the FCC can do about it. By the way, no one's watching this thing anyways. You probably can't even hear me because of the wind. That is the wind that's sweeping down the plains of Boom U. You need to be aware that we're awaiting the 12 bells, and when they hit, your ass is going down a rabbit hole like you can't imagine. When we come out, it will no longer be the Energy Boom 202 that you enjoy on YouTube. It will be K-Rig, the radio show, the ye old time energy radio show that we hope will eventually be broadcast from the Sooner Theater, downtown Norman, Oklahoma. Until then, we just want to use this as a backdrop. We're probably going to use this as a backdrop for a lot of dispatches. And we want to go ahead and discuss a little bit about crude oil, because we're going to connect crude and cannabis and consciousness today. And by the way, I should really let you know that we're going to do a quick spin and show you the wicked Boom U Stadium. It's badass. It gets it done. But we did get our ass kicked yesterday by Texas, and that's just what happens in life. And you got to man up to it, and you got to own it. You got to own it, says Dr. Phil. So let's head back this way. And we just own the fact that Texas, kicked our ass this year. That's all right. We can still kick some ass. Boom U, I guarantee, can kick some ass. And by the way, there's a boom going on right here. $110 a barrel a year ago, $48 a barrel right now. And I would say this indicates that the boom continues to unfurl. It has decreased. These cranes are basically what are going to modernize the Boom U Stadium and develop some new housing over there. But what you're seeing here is the work site to modernize the Boom U Stadium. That was originally budgeted out for $450 million. And then a funny thing happened when the price of oil collapsed. The modernization collapsed as well, almost in line. I mean, almost direct correlation. 110 bucks a barrel to $45 a barrel. The Boom U modernization of the stadium went from $450 million to $190 million. I think that's a $260 million haircut. But there's still $190 million coming into this site right here. So that's a pretty significant number. That's a lot of dollar bills. They're primarily energy dollars, I suspect. And that classifies as a boom. So there you go. I'm just going to stall time and talk about nothing until we hear those 12 bells. But I will tell you a little bit about crude. It's under 50 bucks a barrel. So, that's the speed, and that's the speed on the highway of the boom, and that's the temperature. And it's not hauling ass. and you're not out there getting a good suntan and showing off those crazy curves that the kooky kids have, but it is nonetheless a boom. And there's still a lot of good energy companies in Oklahoma City and Tulsa that are doing well, and they're going to continue to do well. The Devon Energies of the world, the Helmrichs and Paynes of the world. Sandridge will be interesting. That's a wicked long shot. Anyway, all this stuff you can keep up with if you care to punish your mind by reading a newsletter called The Boom, which is available at different spots in Norman. And it's at this point I'd like to also acknowledge and thank very much BoomU's student-run radio station. It used to be called The Wire, and they just changed the name to The Boom. Now, I don't have a clue where that came from. I consider imitation to be the sincerest form of flattery. So I've told my team of intellectual property attorneys down in Austria that did a lot of work with Sigmund Freud, I said, no, hold off. There's no need to throw a cease and desist on BoomU. That's just imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, by gumption, and it's only going to help my newsletter. It's going to skyrocket the audience from 4 to 5 readers, and that's an enormous increase when you look at it percentage-wise. And that's why statistics are always misleading. But what the hell? In the world, and by the way, we are 6 minutes and 20 seconds into it, and I completely missed the 4-minute and 20-second transparent barrel roll because this is Energy Boom 202. And since we missed that, we're not going to try and recreate it, kids. We're just gonna chalk it up, just like the Sooners lost. It happens every once in a while. Most of the time, we're going to catch that 4-minute and 20-second transparent barrel roll. This time, we didn't catch it. Matter of fact, a lot of the times we probably won't catch it, so that'll be okay though. We're going to set an alarm. That's what we'll do. We're going to use this phone as a tool. That's what it is. In the meantime, we can still pretend like we went through the Mobius strip. Your mind went through the Mobius. Oh shit, there it goes. Oh shit, there it is. You're done. Okay, your mind just went through the Mobius strip. You're still looking at 5 cranes, but it's now K-Rig, the radio show, live from K-Rig at 10 minutes to the hour here at K-Rig with the 5 crane, the campus crane count sits at 5. Campus crane count, I repeat, sits at 5. We're going to slip into the world of cannabis. We told you about Snoop is bringing out an investment fund to invest in marijuana. You got to love the son of a bitch for that. The green boom is clearly out of the bag, no pun intended on that one. And the states are lining up to adopt it in a medical manner and or a retail manner. It's a matter of time before it gets to Oklahoma. My thought is it's medical in Oklahoma in 2 years. Recreational on the retail level, that may take a while. After all, you are still in Oklahoma, the greatest state in the union, bar none. Go fuck yourself on that one. By the way, this works in Vegas every time. 3, 2, 1. What do you think of that? Works in Vegas every time. But cannabis should be medical here in a couple years. And it would be really interesting if an adjacent state surprised us and passed it. Now, Colorado already has retail and medical, and they're technically adjacent, but we share about 3 inches of borderline. I'm talking about if Kansas or Arkansas or Texas adopted medical and or retail. And I could see Arkansas doing it before anyone else and surprising everyone, and it would be great. It would be wonderful because their state would be fine and dandy, and you would see a shitload of Oklahoma kooky kids, and by the way, plenty of adults. Let's not bullshit ourselves about this. There's plenty of 50 to 60 to 70-year-olds that are more than happy to smoke a joint every now and then, no different than enjoy a nice scotch. Oh shit! I can hear them in the background. Now you're not going to be able to hear them that far out here, and that's a bummer. I wasn't counting on that, but the stadium walls are blocking it. But there are 12 bells going off. Yeah, we're not going to hear them, but we're still going to stick with this report because the whole point is to show you that the crane count has been found. We have found the cranes of BoomU. There's 5 of them. Pretty good boom indicator. There's $190 million flowing right in this area right here. There's cannabis arriving in a couple years, and then consciousness. We want to wrap it up with consciousness. A lot of great things happening in the world of consciousness. For example, if you're actually watching this, you are conscious now. You're probably begging for mercy, but you are conscious right now, and you can play with that. You can have fun with it. You can do exercises with your consciousness. We could do one right here. Count the number of cranes. There's 5 of them. Close your eyes now. You don't have to be watching this show. Trust me, you'll be better off. Close your eyes. Put those 5 cranes in your head. and start maneuvering them around with your mind's eye. A little spatial reasoning here. Use the mind's eye to envision these 5 cranes and then maneuver them, manipulate them. You know, the geometry here is out of control. Get going nuts on it. And since we didn't get a chance to hear the 12 bells, this is sort of a flop dispatch, but we'll have to do it again with 12 bells you can actually hear, because that's really what makes the dispatch. We're still going to publish this one, kids. Don't get yourself wrong. We're still going to drop this one down because we actually shattered the 10-minute barrier, which is a miracle. Anyway, this is a Sunday sermon. Dispatch from the patch, Energy Boom 202. Peace out.